So I made these little things to attach the wood to the steel. What I can do is shoot a couple of screws up into the wood and shoot a couple down into the metal and attach the wood to the metal with that. I've got some very tiny little metal screws right here that I can take back there with me. I believe I've got some tiny little wood screws. Well, I know that I have some down there. I'm just not sure if they're tiny enough. They'll probably go once they get started. And I think the ones I've got are probably little Phillips head screws, which aren't great, but you can generally get them to go. I guess we'll know in about a second or two, won't we? Let's go back there and let's see now. I'm going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm going to need a regular, well, that's Phillips head. That's a Phillips head. And my metal ones are Phillips head. So yeah, a couple Phillips head bits. And I think I might have brought my screwdriver gun back. Yep. I think, is this it? Or is that the other one? I think it was this one. I'll take my gloves. We'll go down there and see. I'm going to use the wood to connect between the two pieces of steel and then hang the window to the wood. You'll see in a minute. Habitat for Humanity store, and I wanted to have light in here and to be able to see out. There's a lot to see from here. I mean, there's all this beautiful nature back here, a lake at the bottom of the hill. You never know when a deer or something like that's going to pass through. I got 3 of these windows. I figured I'd put one here and one there and one over there, and that's kind of a prototype. I can actually, I was gonna make this stable, but then I figured I could swing it from the top the same way I did with these things, and then I could open it up for a little air or whatever, like this. Yeah, I could open it up and prop it up if I want to. So I kind of like that. So anyway, that's where we're at today. I'm gonna stop there, go up and, I don't know, do whatever I do when I've had enough. Save a little work for tomorrow. I think I might have said that at one point. So, thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. I'm down and try to work a little bit, and if I get too cold, I'll go up the house and warm up and come back and work a little more. Probably not dreadfully cold, just cold enough to make your nose runny. So I got windows in here. These two on either side can be opened. They're just swinging windows. That one is closed. So I got one there and one there. My thinking on these windows is just that, we have such a nice view here. If I was ever in here and wanted to look out there and see what's going on out there, there's a couple of pretty good places where I can see from. And same way over here, if somebody comes to the house, I can look out and see them. Now, having said that, I'm not planning on being in this building. Let me get off this noisy floor. That noisy floor is actually a tin roof and it makes a racket. Not planning on spending a lot of time in this building. One of the things I built this for was a saw shed. So I want to put my table saw in here. And, I've got some engines and engine blocks and engine parts. And I'm thinking I could, put all them in here. Because those aren't the kind of things that you're going to be putting your hands on very often, and it may involve building some racks to kind of set things on, maybe some shelves and stuff like that. The outside of this is going to be covered in tin, and it's nothing fancy. I'll just use that tin there and stand it up. This part right here I can cut off. This is where I was putting the floor down, and I made it to that point. But there's you know, if I just cut it right along that line, just attach my tin up there and here and just let that part kind of hang down, that'll be good enough. So I have the option, if I ever want to, of I could probably buy just a couple of pieces of plywood, throw down in here for a floor if I wanted to, and I might not. I guess it depends on how much time I spend in here. But the biggest thing about this is just really, for me, is just storage space. Maybe I'll grab a piece of tin over there off that trailer and kind of lean it up against the building a little bit and get an idea of what it would look like. Let's see if I can sit there. If I can sit right here. Let's see, where's my other glove at? I had two of these. I could do that and just start cutting some tin, tossing it up there. I could do that right on the trailer here. Get me a measurement and zip that off, stand it up there and pop it into place. Easy enough to do. Yep, that might be what I wind up doing next. I may want to go back up there and warm myself up again and bring my grinder and drop cord down here. I could go ahead and start doing some of that, I suppose. Oh yeah.